Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you the final part to, I can't even remember, the lakeside cabins, I think I've called them. Yeah, this is the final part. I hope you enjoy it, because I definitely had lots of fun building this. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say because I am absolutely exhausted right now. I'm so tired. As soon as I finish this video, I think I'm gonna have a nap and potentially even sleep through the night to the morning, even though it's 4:30 in the afternoon. It's just one of those days where I think I just need to have a good old nap. So yeah, that's gonna be why I am a little all over the place with, not all over the place, but just a little, I guess, incoherent, maybe, tired. That's because, well, I am. I, yeah, didn't get some good sleep last night because I had lots of leg pains and couldn't make it stop, and it kept waking me up. So yeah, I'm very, very, very tired, and I'm also at the end of a very, very busy period with all my assessments and whatnot. But I'm very glad, like, the two in-person classes I had this week were just to come in and ask questions about the assessment, so that was really good, and I finally exchanged numbers with some of my classmates so that we can talk about the assessment and yeah, catch up next semester because we actually kind of enjoy each other's company, which I think is good. Yeah, I am way too tired to even function and think right now, so it's gonna be a bit of a lower effort, low energy video. And yeah, I said last video that, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pre-record a whole bunch of them in a row and be like, I'm doing 7 in a row, and I've done, this is the second video. I'm way behind schedule. But I'm hoping that I can record this one, have a bit of a nap, catch up on some sleep, record another one, smash out some work, sleep through the whole night, get up and keep going. I'm pretty much on track with what I want to do. I'm very tired because I'm doing a lot with little breaks, so I'm trying to take care of myself while also keeping on top of everything I need to keep on top of, so a little bit stressful, but I'll live. And yeah, I'm definitely trying to sleep more so that I can concentrate more, because you can't concentrate with no sleep. Well, I don't know about you personally, but I personally cannot. Sorry, just having some tea there. I'm a big tea drinker. Personally feel coffee just isn't, it's not my thing, and I don't like the taste of it, and I don't like the concept of caffeine that punches you in the face to wake you up. I prefer a gentle awakening. I prefer, yeah, just, tea's not supposed to make you feel like coffee is supposed to, like, you feel awake, you feel, it's like when kids have sugar, you can just see them bouncing off the walls. Coffee is that for adults. But for me, coffee tastes bad, and yeah, I don't like it. I don't like I crash really hard after coffee, whereas tea, it's not obvious. A lot of people are like, but tea doesn't, like, it doesn't do this and do that for you. Like, it's not supposed to. It's just a gentle, like, an aid to, how do I say this? An aid to your energy levels, I guess, is what I'm trying to look for. Clearly the tea hasn't kicked in yet. I've only just made it just before making this video, and I've only just started to drink it because it's finally cooled down. For anyone who wants to know, I drink black tea. If I, like it's just like the Lipton extra strong, the intense tea, black tea. And normally I add a little bit of honey and more than a splash of milk. But I don't know. I feel like that having it without the milk has been a bit better for me. And I've changed from honey back to sugar, back to raw sugar, because I'm running out of honey. But I'm getting more honey today, so I'm gonna try going back to the honey, because I feel the sugar gives me that little bit of like the whole, like the same with the caffeine, like the little bit of like a, oh, pick me up. But then the tea is like, okay, we're gonna not crash so hard. We're just gonna come down gently. And I like that. But the sugar makes me crash a little harder than the honey does. And the honey, it doesn't bring me as high in my energy levels, and it doesn't make me crash as hard. That's what I feel like. It's nothing drastically obvious, but it's enough for me to go, you know what? I feel the difference personally. So yeah. That's a fun fact about me. I am a tea drinker. Very picky about my tea though. I don't like weird teas. I don't like, the lemon and echinacea or anything like that. I just black tea. That's good for me. I don't mind iced teas. But I'm much prefer warm black teas. I don't know, just something about it, like, really nice, and just calming and relaxing. I would like to get a tea that doesn't wake me up. I'd like to get, like, a sleep tea, but I have not done enough research into it. I know there is a sleep tea in Australia that I can get that is apparently very, very good. And it's been used for thousands of years apparently, so it's worked for thousands of years, why not try it again? Not again, try it and have it. Yeah. I don't know. You guys probably didn't come here to listen to me ramble about tea, but I just like to share random facts. Whether about myself or just about life in general. Yeah. Tea. Not really much else thought to that. I find it interesting to talk to people about what sort of drinks they drink. I personally no longer drink soft drink, and I don't drink alcohol anymore either. I basically just have any milk-based drink or juice. Like, I'll have milkshakes and teas and hot chocolates and juice and water. Water is my favorite. I'm like, I know that sounds silly, but there's nothing that can beat like when you're just so thirsty and you just have a drink of water and you feel so much better. That's how I just love water. I think water is amazing and we all should drink it more. I found my energy levels get better when I drink enough water. Like, obviously if I get enough sleep, I drink enough water, and I eat enough food, I feel fantastic. And it's like, people really, I think, underestimate that taking care of your own body really, really does good for you, because, well, that's what our body's supposed to have. Like, there are some people out there who are like, oh, you should try this special, like, even tea, like, oh, you should have a tea in the morning and really help you. Like, sure, absolutely, but you know what else would help? Sleeping properly eating properly, and drinking water properly. And I feel like the biggest one people don't do without realizing is drinking water properly. A lot of people just don't do it. And it really blows my mind. Like, if you don't drink enough water, if you don't drink any water, you can die in 3 days from dehydration. It's crazy. I was talking to a classmate and they were saying for one of their assessments, oh, not assessments, they're like, they were doing in groups and talking in class about if they were to go to the moon, they were like, their mission is to land on the moon and walk to the base. They can't land at the base, they have to walk to the base, and it'll take them a while to get there. So, like, what would they bring? And I was really shocked when I heard someone say, yeah, someone in my group, like one of my classmates said, someone in my group said they wouldn't bring food or water. Like, what? Why would you not bring food or water? They would bring a first aid kit, but not food or water. And it's just like, okay, but you need to eat. What happens when you don't eat? That's silly. So, yeah. That's why I'm kind of shocked at how people just don't seem to get that you need to eat a lot all the time and drink a lot all the time. Anyway, coming to the end of this first cabin. So this is definitely built for someone who really likes to just be on their own, pot around the garden, and, you know, sustainably live on their own, that sort of vibe. Like, if you lived in the other cabin, you'd rarely see them. You might see them out and about, but they won't bother you. And I think that's fantastic. Like, you want to be left alone in your own little space, this person's not going to bother you. But, like, the person who I built it in real life, they're not a bother. They can bother me whenever they want. They're amazing. I love them. But I know they like to have some time to themselves. And so that's why I built this cabin, sort of like whatever they want to do, they can do there without being bothered. But now we are moving to, oh, sorry. Just knocked the microphone. Moving to the second cabin now. You'll notice that at some point in this recording that it randomly cuts forward, because I forgot to press play on my recording. So yeah, I do, however, I believe I do a tour of it. Like, I show one of my roommates a tour of, like, going through it and being like, hey, yeah, I totally forgot to record this bit, so I'm going to go on a tour for you so that you can look at it, but also so that I can show it on video that, like, hey, I didn't forget, it's here. Yeah, so if you are wanting to see that, the tour should happen whenever I forget, which should be any second soon because I'm pretty forgetful, which is kind of sad, but that's also fine. It's normal. People forget things. I'm not too upset. Yeah, if you really wanted to see what was going on, then I'm sorry. Yeah, unfortunately you have to miss it because I forgot. I made a little oopsie daisy, but that's okay, I think. Not the end of the world. But anyway, yeah, so this cabin is built for someone who is a little more social but still wants to live away from people because people suck. And yeah, I definitely wanted this to be a place where you could definitely cook in and entertain if you wanted, but you didn't have to because you're still away from people. You could have people if you wanted, but you don't have to. So it's like for the people who are like, I still want to be a part of society, but I want society to leave me alone sometimes. This is for you. Yeah. That's sort of the vibe. And the idea is that at the front of this cabin, that's the social one, there's a little box where the other cabin, if you're growing all the vegetables and fruit there, you can just take them over and put the vegetables and fruit in there, and you don't have to communicate if you don't want to. So yeah, here is a little tour I do because I forgot to show the building process. But don't worry, you will see them in the screenshots. I take screenshots of the full build, which, yeah, it took me a while to take the screenshots because I kept getting distracted and doing other things. But I love the look of it. Like, I would live in this little cabin if it were a little more on the grid. Because this part is supposed to be, like, off the grid. I personally would not want a toilet that doesn't flush, and a shower that is connected to water. I would like to be connected to the grid, that would be nice. If there was a way to be not connected to the grid and still have all the modern luxuries, I'd be happy with that too. I just don't want a composting toilet or a shower where, like, it's... If I lived in a place where it rained a lot, that'd be fine. But if I lived in a really dry place, I'd really hate that because I like to be clean, I like to shower, I like to drink clean water, and I don't want to have to... So even then, I'd have to clean all the water. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm an on-the-grid kind of gal, so if you live off the grid, you go girl, but that's not for me. Like, I'll visit. I can do off the grid for a little bit, but yeah. Like, I've gone camping heaps of times off the grid, but I can't live like that, because I like toilets and functioning things of the like. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, make sure to let me know down below. I come out with 2 videos a week. I am pre-recording currently, so if I sound dead or stressed or missing a bunch of information that's recently been released, like the 2 new kits that I completely forgot to talk about, that's why. I only found out about the 2 new kits yesterday, but by the time this video comes out, they would have been released for like half a week to a week. I don't know how to count anymore. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, so I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys!